Hello, everyone. You may have felt it in the way their attention lingers, not the casual glance that moves on, not the polite interest that fades when conversation ends. Something different, something heavier, a focus that feels almost like gravity pulling towards you, held by you, unable to look away, even when looking away would be safer. Some people may be noticing this kind of attention now from someone specific, someone whose eyes find you in crowded rooms, someone who remembers small details you mentioned once months ago, someone who finds reasons to be near you, to touch your hand, to hold your gaze a moment longer than necessary. There is a particular quality to being wanted this way. Not just wanted in passing, not just wanted when convenient, but wanted completely consumed by, occupied with the kind of wanting that doesn't switch off when you leave the room, but follows you into their private hours, their quiet moments, their dreams. You may have sensed this without knowing how to name it. A knowing deep in your bones that you take up more space in their mind than they let on. That when they seem distracted, it may be you distracting them. That when they grow quiet, it may be because thoughts of you have filled the space where words would normally live. There is a pattern that sometimes emerges when someone is completely consumed by another person. A pattern of approach and retreat, yes, but also a pattern of showing up in unexpected ways. A message sent late at night, then played off as nothing. A gift chosen with impossible care, then given with casual indifference. 1,000 small signals that contradict the calm exterior, revealing the storm beneath. This person may appear composed. They may seem to have everything under control. They may play it cool, as if you are just another person in their world. But beneath that surface, something else is happening. Something they cannot control. Something they cannot stop. You consume their every thought. Not occasionally. Not when they're bored. Constantly. In the spaces between tasks. In the quiet of early morning. In the moments before sleep when the mind wanders where it will. You are there, a presence they cannot shake, a current they cannot resist. They may have tried to stop thinking about you, tried to focus on other things, tried to convince themselves that what they feel is temporary, manageable, something that will pass. But it doesn't pass. It persists, it grows, it fills the spaces they try to empty. There is a particular kind of obsession that is not unhealthy, but simply overwhelming. The kind that comes not from lack, but from recognition. Not from emptiness, but from being shown something they didn't know they were missing. You may have done this without meaning to, simply by being yourself, simply by existing in a way that resonates with something deep in them. And now they cannot unsee it, cannot unfeel it, cannot return to the before, when you were just another person, when their thoughts were their own. They don't just want some of you. This is important to understand. This is the part they may not say aloud. They don't want parts and pieces. They don't want occasional. They don't want convenient. They want all of you, the light parts and the shadow parts, the parts you show the world and the parts you keep hidden, the laughter and the grief, the strength and the softness. They want to know what makes you laugh when no one is watching, what makes you cry when you think no one can hear, what you dream about, what you're afraid of, what you want when you let yourself want without limitation. Some people may find this frightening, to be wanted so completely, to be the center of someone's inner world without having asked for that position. It can feel like too much, like pressure, like a weight you didn't consent to carry. But there is another way to see it, a way that recognizes this wanting as a mirror, a reflection of something rare, a testament to who you are and the effect you have on those who truly see you. You may have spent time wondering if you matter, if anyone truly sees you, if anyone carries you in their thoughts the way you have carried others. This is the answer to that wondering. Not from everyone, not from just anyone, from this person right now. You do. There is a particular energy present for some people now, an energy of being seen completely, of being wanted completely, of being the one someone else cannot stop thinking about, cannot stop longing for, cannot stop wanting in every way a person can be wanted. You may feel this energy in the air between you, in the charged silence when you're together, in the way their body turns toward yours, even when they're trying to appear casual, in the questions they ask that go deeper than small talk, in the way they remember what you said weeks ago, months ago, as if it mattered enough to keep. This person may be fighting themselves, fighting the intensity of what they feel, fighting the urge to tell you everything, to show you everything, to lay themselves at your feet and hope you don't walk away. They may be winning that fight outwardly. They may appear calm, collected, in control, but inwardly, it's a different story. Inwardly, you are everywhere. Inwardly, they are losing the battle to think of anything else. Inwardly, they have already given you everything, whether you know it or not. They want to know your mind, not just your surface thoughts, not just your opinions on weather and work and what to eat for dinner. They want to know how you think, what you believe, what you've concluded about life after all you've been through. They want to sit with you for hours and listen to you unravel the mysteries of your own experience, and they want to be the one who holds the threads as you speak. They want to know your body, not just in the way of physical wanting, though that is there, undeniable and present, but in the way of knowing how you move through space, how you hold yourself when you're tired, how you laugh when something truly surprises you, how you look in the early light before the day has placed its demands on you. They want to know the geography of you, and they want to be a traveler who never stops exploring. They want to know your heart. the tender center of you, the place where your deepest feelings live. They want to know what you love without reservation. What breaks you? What heals you? They want to be the one you turn to when the world is too much, the one you trust with your softest places, the one who gets to see you when you're not performing, not protecting, not pretending to be stronger than you feel. They want to know your shadow, the parts you hide, the parts you're ashamed of, the parts you think would drive anyone away. They want to know those parts too, not in spite of them, but because of them. Because they understand that loving someone means loving all of them, and they are ready for all of you. Some people may be realizing that this level of being wanted is unfamiliar. Perhaps you've been wanted before, but not like this. Not completely, not without conditions or reservations or parts held back. This wanting may feel overwhelming because it asks nothing of you except that you continue to be yourself. That is the strange thing about being consumed by someone's thoughts. It doesn't demand that you become more. It simply recognizes what already is. It sees you fully and finds you worthy of obsession, not because of what you do, because of who you are. There is a reflection worth considering here about what it means to be wanted this way, about whether you're ready for it, about whether you want it, because being the center of someone's inner world is not something to accept lightly. It comes with weight, with responsibility, with the knowledge that how you move matters to someone in a profound way. But it also comes with something rare, something precious, the experience of being fully seen and fully wanted because of that seeing. The experience of mattering so completely to another person that you become part of their internal landscape, a presence they carry everywhere. You may be wondering if you feel the same. If this consuming want is reciprocated, if you also carry them in your thoughts, in your longing, in your quiet moments, and perhaps you do. Perhaps you've been fighting the same battle, hiding the same intensity, playing the same cool game while burning inside. Perhaps you already know. In those moments when you're together and the air changes, in those silences that feel fuller than conversation, in those glances that hold just a breath too long, you know, you've always known there is a particular courage that some people may be called to now. The courage to acknowledge what is already true. The courage to stop pretending that what exists between you is casual, is manageable, is anything less than consuming. The courage to let the wanting be known, even if that knowing changes everything. Because here is the truth. When two people consume each other's thoughts, when wanting is mutual, when the desire for all of each other burns in both hearts, something has already begun. Something that cannot be undone by silence. Something that will not disappear by being ignored. They don't just want some of you. They want all of you. And Perhaps in the quiet of your own heart, you want all of them too. The thought may be terrifying. It may also be the most real thing you've felt in a long time. There is no shame in this wanting, no shame in being consumed by another person's presence in your mind, no shame in wanting to know someone completely, to be known completely in return. This is not weakness. This is the recognition of something significant, something worth honoring. Some people may be approaching a threshold now, a threshold between hiding what they feel and revealing it, between protecting themselves and risking everything, between continuing the pretense of casual interest and admitting that what they feel is anything but casual. If you are at this threshold, you may feel the weight of it, the weight of what could be lost if you speak, the weight of what could be lost if you don't, the weight of knowing that this moment, this choice, this threshold will not be here forever. They consume your every thought. This is not exaggeration. This is not poetry for its own sake. This is the reality of what happens when someone truly sees you, truly wants you, truly cannot stop thinking about you. You become part of their internal weather, a climate they carry with them everywhere. And if you're honest with yourself, you may recognize the same in your own heart. The same inability to stop thinking about them, the same longing that doesn't fade with distance, the same wanting that wants all of them, not just parts, not just pieces, not just what they're willing to show. There is a particular beauty in this kind of mutual consumption, a beauty that comes from two people who have found something rare in each other, something worth getting lost in, something worth wanting completely. Not because they are perfect, but because they are perfectly matched in their capacity to see and be seen, to want and be wanted, to consume and be consumed. You may be standing in the presence of this beauty now, without fully recognizing it, without fully accepting it, but feeling it nonetheless, in the way your heart quickens when they appear, in the way their absence feels like something missing, in the way you catch yourself smiling at nothing, thinking of them. This is not something to run from, even if it frightens you, even if you've been hurt before, even if the idea of wanting someone this much feels dangerous. This is something to honor, to hold carefully, to allow, because connections like this do not come often. They arrive rarely, quietly, disguised as ordinary, until suddenly they are not. They reveal themselves slowly through accumulated moments until one day you realize that this person has become essential to your inner world. Not optional, not casual, essential. They want all of you. The question is not whether they do. The question is whether you're ready to be wanted that way, whether you're ready to want them that way in return, whether you're ready to let this be what it is without diminishing it, without running from it, without pretending it's less than it is. Some people may be ready to stop hiding, ready to stop playing it cool, ready to acknowledge that what exists between them and another person is consuming, complete, and worth everything. If you are one of these people, the next step is yours to take. Not in haste, not without care, but with the recognition that some moments do not wait forever, that some thresholds are crossed only once, that the courage to speak, to show, to reveal what lives in your heart is a courage that will not always be available. They consume your every thought. And perhaps in the quiet of this moment, you are ready to let them know there is a particular freedom in this readiness. The freedom of no longer carrying the weight alone. The freedom of letting another person see the depth of what you feel. The freedom of knowing that whether they meet you there or not, you have honored what is true in you. But if they meet you there, if they meet you in that place of mutual wanting, of complete desire, of thoughts consumed by each other, what begins then is not just a connection, it is a merging, a recognition, a homecoming. Some people may be closer to this homecoming than they realize. Closer to the moment when pretense falls away and truth stands revealed. Closer to the person who has been waiting for them, wanting them, consuming them from across the space between. Closer to the beginning of something that will demand everything and give everything in return. You may be one of these people. You may be standing at your own threshold, feeling the weight of what could be, feeling the wanting that has been growing in the quiet places. And perhaps this is the moment to acknowledge what you already know, that they are in your thoughts as you are in theirs, that the wanting is mutual, that what exists between you is real and rare and worth the risk. They don't just want some of you, they want all of you. And if you're honest, if you let yourself feel what you've been trying not to feel, you want all of them too. This is the truth that has been waiting to be spoken. The truth that lives in every glance held too long, every silence charged with meaning, every moment when being together feels like coming home. The truth that will not stay hidden forever. Some people may be ready to let it speak now, ready to let the wanting be known, ready to let themselves be consumed and to consume in return, ready to discover what happens when two people stop hiding and start letting themselves be seen completely. If you are ready, the door is there. It has always been there, waiting for you to open it, waiting for you to step through and find on the other side someone who has been waiting for you just as long. They consume your every thought. And perhaps in the quiet of this moment, you are ready to let them know that they consume yours too. There is nothing more to wait for, nothing more to prove, nothing more to hide. What exists between you is real. It is rare. It is worth everything. The only question that remains is whether you will reach for it, whether you will let yourself be wanted completely and want completely in return, whether you will step through the door and discover what has been waiting for you on the other side. Some people may be ready to answer that question now, ready to say yes, ready to let go of fear, ready to let themselves be consumed by the person who has already been consumed by them. If you are one of these people, the door is open, they are waiting, and everything you've been wanting is on the other side. Go